Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Dallas Cowboys get positive update on former Texas star DeMarvion Overshown after surgery. After tearing his ACL, MCL, and PCL during a Week 14 regular season game against the Cincinnati Bengals, the road to recovery for Dallas Cowboys linebacker DeMarvion Overshown was bound to be a challenging one. Fortunately, the former Texas star linebacker underwent successful surgery on Wednesday and is now expected to return to the field on a much more optimistic timeline than originally anticipated, according to NFL insider Jordan Schultz. Sources: #Cowboys standout LB DeMarvion Overshown underwent successful knee surgery with Dr. Ella Trash, and there's hope he could return by mid to late next season, wrote Schultz. A far more optimistic timeline than initially expected after the diagnosis. A third-round draft pick by the Cowboys in the 2023 NFL Draft, Overshown has been overshadowed by injuries to begin his professional football career. In only his second preseason game of the 2023 season, the 24-year-old linebacker succumbed to a separate ACL injury in his right knee. Despite the unfortunate circumstances that have marred the beginning of his NFL career, Overshown has shown plenty of promise when healthy. In 13 games this season, the 6 feet 2 inches, 220-pound linebacker recorded 90 tackles, 5 sacks, and a forced fumble. Additionally, he returned an interception for a touchdown on Thanksgiving against division rival New York Giants. As a Texas Longhorn, Overshown tallied an impressive 249 tackles, 30.5 tackles for loss, and 9 sacks over his 5 seasons in Burnt Orange. His accolades at Austin include being named the 2020 Alamo Bowl MVP and earning first-team All-Big 12 honors in his 5th and final year of college football. Is KaVontae Turpin the Cowboys' X-Factor in playoff push? Dallas Cowboys rocket ship KaVontae Turpin is in a groove this season in Mike McCarthy's offense, and it's come about due to increased opportunities that he's earned. Having been cross-training as a receiver for the past 2 off-seasons, that work is now bearing fruit for Turpin, who is the speed in this Dallas offense. Such has been his impact, whether as a receiver or runner in McCarthy's system, Turpin is in line for his second Pro Bowl nod in 3 seasons. He has already surpassed his receiving total from last season to have 344 yards from 26 receptions, with 15 going for first downs. Plus, he's also getting opportunities as a runner, with 58 yards from 10 carries. He is still not a big reception getter, but Turpin is just happy to be touching the ball as often as he has. "I'm taking advantage of all the opportunities," Turpin said. "I'm grateful that I'm getting them. Every time I'm going to try to go out there and make a big play every time they give me the ball. I'm grateful for them." Boasting 4.21 speed, Turpin is a menace in the return game. We saw that against the Washington Commanders with a 99-yard return for a touchdown and a punt return touchdown against the Cleveland Browns in Week 1. Such is Turpin's speed, every time he touches the ball, it is a chance for a home run, and McCarthy has done a good job of including him in both the run and pass game, which has made the offense roll far better than it has at any stage this season. The 6-8 Cowboys have an obvious uphill climb when it comes to the playoffs, reason enough to explore every X factor. Could more Turpin be that X factor? The rocket ship has been cleared for takeoff because he's taking advantage of his opportunities. And maybe Dallas would be wise to give him even more. Micah Parsons says he doesn't need to be the highest-paid defensive player in the NFL, and he isn't expecting a contract worth $40 million per year. The Dallas Cowboys star edge rusher, entering his 5th and final year of his rookie contract, would like to have a deal in place before the offseason begins in the spring. However, he has no plans to hold out. Parsons, a 4th-year player from Penn State, is looking to secure a contract before the offseason starts. This is similar to the situation of 2023 All-Pro receiver CeeDee Lamb, who stayed away from the team during the offseason and training camp before signing a $136 million, 4-year extension in late August. However, there is one key difference between Parsons' situation and Lamb's. The Cowboys receiver had the same coach and offensive system, while head coach Mike McCarthy and defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer are both on expiring contracts. The Cowboys, 6-8, who are facing a chance of missing the playoffs after making it the last 3 years, will play NFC South leaders Tampa Bay, 8-6, at home on Sunday. Parsons missed 4 games due to a high ankle sprain, and the season is likely to end with at least 4 starters on injured reserve. "I don't know what the coaching is going to be like," Parsons said. "I would love to have Zimmer back. I kind of publicly, consistently say that, what he's done for this team, through the injuries and everything. He's done a tremendous job for me. If they do change, I've got to learn a new scheme. I've got to be around guys." Will Trey Lance and Cooper Rush both choose to leave Cowboys? Cooper Rush has filled in for Dak Prescott once again and done a solid job in reserve, but will he or Trey Lance continue with the Dallas Cowboys once his contract expires in the offseason? The musings of Trey Lance slotting in behind Dak Prescott as the Dallas Cowboys' number 2 quarterback are now a far distant memory from the team's time at training camp. Lance has not taken a snap since the preseason, and it has been Cooper Rush filling in since Prescott went down with a season-ending hamstring injury. Rush has gone 3-3 this season with some solid performances combined with some rough moments as well. If the Cowboys were still in the race for a spot in the NFC playoffs, he may grade lower, but he has been satisfactory in getting this team to the end of the 2024 season. Now the conversation as to who backs up the starting quarterback is of little not elsewhere in the league. But the odd Lance saga, combined with Prescott's injury, make this an item of note for Dallas in the 2025 campaign. Rush and Lance are both set to hit the free agent market this offseason. The Cowboys declined the 5th year on Lance's rookie deal, and Rush's 2-year deal is set to expire. The first question is if either will be in high demand for another team. Positionally, a move elsewhere would be a lateral one for Rush with potentially more money. Rush is a veteran quarterback who can take care of the ball, but does not wow on the tape. Lance has an intriguing skill set, but has not really showcased much of anything since his time in Dallas. He may still be in a developmental spot if he leaves the star. Turning to the Cowboys' needs, they will want a good insurance policy in the case that Prescott suffers another injury. He has sustained 2 season-ending injuries in the last 5 years and missed considerable time in a third. For the right price, the best option would be Rush, who has played a decent sample in Mike McCarthy's offense and is familiar with the position. Rush has essentially established that he's a $2 million a year guy or something just above that. Lance has some familiarity, but the team's hesitation to give him a chance down the stretch or award him the original backup spot leaves serious doubt about their long-term interest for him. Lance has established nothing in terms of his future contract. If they retain neither, the Cowboys still need to shore up the number 2 job behind Prescott before the 2025 season. Hopefully, luck falls more on their side next time around and Prescott can stay on the field, making the conversation of his understudy an afterthought. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Trey Lance? Leave your opinion in the comments.